Okay, hi, I'm Jeremy. I play bass in Mayday Parade.
I'm Jake, I play drums.
I'm Derek, and I sing.
I'm Alex, I play guitar.
I'm Brooks, and I play guitar.
We're Mayday Parade, and you're watching Project Greenroom.
Bright light, I wasn't ready for this. You're adorable.
It's crazy, awesome. Yeah. It feels really, really awesome. I don't think we really knew what to expect for the first week. You know, it's kind of hard to judge those kind of things, but I think it's more than I expected. So.
Well, Jake bet on 25,000. So Jake was pretty
lucky
close.
guess, man.
Yeah.
Lucky guess.
Keep guessing for the future albums.
That was wishful thinking. It turned out to be right.
Yeah.
Up there with Adele and everyone else out there.
That's wild. It's really.
I mean, we were hoping to at least get close to our last album, you know, and we exceeded that. So it's, like I said, awesome.
Well, I don't think there really was as much pressure, because I think what we learned from everything that came out of Anywhere But Here was that the bottom line is that we needed to make music that we loved and that we cared about first, and that was the most important thing, you know. So we kind of decided to just not worry about anything else too much and just go make a record that we love, and that's actually a whole lot easier than doing it any other kind of way, you know. We just get together and it's a very natural thing, just write songs and then go record them, you know. And I feel like it felt good the whole time, and I don't think any of us were really near as stressed out as we were recording Anywhere But Here. Yeah.
But of course, there always is a little bit of stress on it, you know.
Yeah.
There definitely is, you know, a stress there.
Was this broken key? So tell me what you think.
Yeah, that was like definitely the best way to do that. I think in the future we're going to try and, you know, continue that method where anytime we get together and write, we'll try and go somewhere secluded like that, a beach house or whatever, and just we spent a month working on the songs, and it was really cool because, you know, all times of the day, 24/7, we could be creative and work on the songs, and we're all together and we're away from everything else, you know, all distractions and stuff.
It was a lot of fun, actually.
Yeah, and it was really fun the whole time too. It was
at bonfires pretty much every night.
It was something that lacked in the last record, you know, so it was something we made sure that we had coordinated beforehand.
Yeah. I don't think it was an amazing beach, though.
Yeah, yeah. It was the fact that it was at the beach didn't really matter. It was just getting away from, you know, where we live, going somewhere far out and secluded, and just spending the whole month with just the five of us working on these songs, you know.
And then you guys brought the songs to Zach and Kenneth, who did A Lesson in Romantics. How is it working with them again? I mean, those guys are
it's awesome.
The best.
Yeah, they're great dudes. They're really easy to work with.
That's why we went back with them, you know, because it was so comfortable the first time around.
Yeah.
And you know, it's hard to say any producer that you go in with how it's really going to be, you know, when you get in the situation. And we just knew exactly what we were dealing with them, and we liked it the first time, so why not go again?
It was a great experience, getting back together with them and doing another album.
Now, did you guys go in with all 12 of these songs, or were some written in the studio while you were there?
A handful, yeah. It wasn't all finished whenever we went in. I think we had about 15 or 16 ideas, and some of those were pretty finished, and some of those were just, you know, kind of the ideas of songs and the bones of songs. But and then there were a couple that we wrote during pre-production and kind of finished in the studio. So we were working on them all the way through, you know, all the way up till the end. We were working on the songs, finishing everything. And,
was there a song that went in at, you know, when you guys went from the house to the studio that was, you know, totally different, and it came out like a, you know, started slow, ended up being a fast-paced song, or?
Nothing too drastic, but definitely like structurally there are a couple songs that kind of went in a different direction maybe, or just kind of, you know, turned into something different once we brought the songs to Zach and Ken and did pre-production, which is cool, you know, that some songs do that, you know.
I think a lot of songs end up being starting on an acoustic guitar, you know, maybe one guy by himself working on it, and then when we brought it, you know, together with the whole band working on it, I think we tried to rock them out as much as we could and bring that element to any song that might have been a little bit softer to begin with.
All these days have turned these months into years.
friends, a couple of our friends came up and did the live strings, and Kenneth and Zach did a little ditty on there as well. Which I'm not sure if
yeah, we had
Gail and
we had our friend Seth come up and do strings. He did strings on our acoustic EP Valdosta.
Okay.
That's when we met him, and he did a great job with that. So we had him come back and do violin, and then Zach played viola, and then Zach had this friend named Gail who came and played cello.
Burnett, say it.
Gail Burnett came and played cello, and then Kenneth actually bought a trumpet, and he didn't know how to play trumpet, but just kind of learned a little bit, and we put that trumpet part in When You See My Friends, which was really cool to add.
It's something we haven't been able to do before, which it's kind of weird that we were able to do on this album, because I think the biggest thing was the time frame that we had to work with, and the people that we knew, because otherwise that sort of thing is very difficult and expensive to get in. And we always wanted to add those things to a lot of other songs in the past, but haven't been able to get the real instruments to, instrumentalists to do it.
The sound is just so much better with that.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I guess, yeah. I mean, I think that we always try and keep that in mind. You know what I mean? We want the songs to be energetic and fun to play live. But again, like I said, we didn't really think about a whole lot of other stuff too much besides just going in and just making an album that we loved.
I know as far as on the guitars side of the music that we kind of wanted to be a little more raw. We didn't want to do a million takes and make sure everything was spot on. We wanted to kind of leave it a little bit open, where there are a little, few parts where there's not slightly on time or a little extra noise here and there, so it feels, more like the music itself has like feeling, and it's not just overproduced. I don't have the best way to explain that.
Yeah.
Just longevity in general, I think is kind of our goal, but that's to me what would define success for this band would be, can we come out with the next record and match the last, and maybe build on that. That's success to me,
Yeah, and like you said, the touring part of it is huge. As long as we're still able to keep touring and have kids come out and watch us, and then it's a cycle. We go in and make a CD, and then we go tour for a couple of years, and then we go in and make a CD, and then we go tour for a couple of years. And as long as we can keep doing that, I think I feel like that's pretty good success right there.
I need some time just to deliver the things that I need for now. Everything that
It really does. It gets harder and harder the more songs that we have, obviously. But I think we have a pretty solid set for this.
Yeah, I like it better. I think for this tour we're playing some songs that we don't normally play. We're playing a lot of favorites as well, it just gives you new music to make it more interesting for us. When you play a song for 5 years straight, it's always fun to play it live, but you want to add the new stuff in, and we're excited about that.
I was going to say, for this particular tour, we're able to do a little bit from all CDs because we're headlining, so we have a longer set, but I imagine once we go back to doing some support tours, it's going to be even harder trying to figure out what to
that's what will be difficult.
Only 7 songs or roughly.
Yeah, and we have a half-hour set. That'll be real tough to figure out which ones.
all the love's still there, I just don't know what to do with it now.
A lot of them, yeah.
Pretty entertaining.
We've been yeah, we've been checking out a handful of them for sure. I don't know if I've read all of them, but definitely try and read the reviews and the comments and just kind of get a feel of what everyone thinks out there.
I think so far it's been pretty positive.
Yeah.
In the end, the biggest thing is, how many fans are into it. If you've got a lot of fans into it, you're going to have a lot of people who don't like it as well. So I don't try and pay too much attention to the good and bad. You just look at what's good overall, and that's enough.
We were talking about Chris from Saves the Day last week. He's like, I don't look at one of them because I'll cry if I read a negative review. No crying, right? Just it's entertaining to read some of the forums.
Yeah. Sort of. I think maybe Cabbages the most, but I don't know. I just think that kind of Well, a big part of it goes back to the umbrella guy, the faceless
Right.
umbrella guy that we've always kind of had. And with this album, we decided to kind of still use him, but incorporate it a step further and kind of, we wrote out this whole story that explains where he came from and what he's all about. And so that's what the Oh Well video is. It's the first part of that story, and there's still another piece or two that hopefully we'll do in a music video or whatever.
Yeah, all of our CD covers involving the Umbrella Man have always been illustrated like, you know, cartoon style. Like there's never been an actual picture of just a guy with the blank face. It's always been cartoon, so I think we wanted to kind of follow that up even more by taking the cartoon aspect from that and making it into a video. So.
Yeah, absolutely, man. For sure, it's good to stay connected with your fans, and then on social networks as well as at shows. We make a big effort to go out after every single show that we play and talk to the kids and just hang out for a little bit, take pictures, whatever. That's really important for all of us. So.
And a lot of fans look up to you guys. Who did you guys look up to when you were 15, 16, roughly, going up to these shows?
Tons of bands. Taking Back Sunday, The Starting Line, Jimmy Eat World, Brand New, Newfound Glory. We could all go on for a long time, but those are a handful that I know have kind of influenced all of us. And
There's
we
a lot of
definitely
90s rock, especially, too, when we started getting into playing music. And we all really, I don't know, like for me it was like Lead or Oasis or Silverchair, Collective Soul, things like that were really cool when I got started.
And you've gotten to tour with a lot of these bands, The Starting Line, just this past summer. Newfound Glory, you've done some shows with here and there, one-offs. Have you learned anything from going out with these bands? Or they, kind of took you by the side and say, here?
A little bit. We're a little shy. Sometimes we don't always go out and hang out with the bands that are kind of our idols, but
I think we kind of learned the most in the beginning of our touring career, like with Plain White Tees and Emery. Like, kind of learn like the more you go out there and talk to the other bands on your tour and fans, the better you look as a person and as a band. So we always try to invite the other bands that are in vans to come and hang out on the bus on tour, and always try to be there and accessible to the fans.